Okay, so I've already done this for my prime, my stability, and my flourish, and I just make a note to myself on these how many drops per 5 gallons is what I've done on these. On the flourish, I've got the number of drops per gallon, and I basically just get that off of the instructions on the CChem chemical or whatever chemical I'm using. So now I'm going to do this for Flourish Excel. And the instructions are 5 milliliters for 10 gallons on your initial dose or after a major water change, and then 5 milliliters for 50 gallons daily or every other day. And so I'm going to make this a lot easier than trying to measure it with the cap. They basically say the cap, full cap, is about 5 milliliters. But I just am kind of a nerd. I want to make this more exact, be as exact as I can with the instructions. So I'm going to do this down to the gallon or 5 gallons and just kind of do the math on that. And I'll figure out how many drops I need per gallon or per 5 gallons. Okay, what I use to do this is a little glass measuring container that I got off eBay or Amazon, and it's marked to the, it's a 5 milliliter measurer, and it's marked off every milliliter. So what I'm going to do now is measure out how much Flourish Excel I'm going to use in terms of drops to make it a lot easier. So first I'll start out by filling most of this bottle with the Flourish Excel so that I can start measuring the drops. I'm going to shake it up really well. Then I will open it up. And then I will pour some in. I also give each chemical its own bottle instead of just using a dropper out of this bottle, just to avoid any possible contamination between chemicals or water in the tank or whatever. All right. So what I'm going to do now is figure out how many drops of this equals 1 milliliter, which would treat 5 gallons of water. Okay, there's 10 drops. Not even close. And when you measure these, what you want to do is measure it to the, you know how the liquid will kind of bow and make kind of a U shape? You want to measure this to be at the bottom of that indentation in the liquid. So I could probably use a couple more drops. I've got 20 in here so far. Okay, 25 was too much. That kind of sucks because now I'm going to have to start all over. Okay, so I redid that, and 22 drops gets me 1 milliliter of Flourish Excel, which will treat 5 gallons of water on a daily or every other day basis. And if I want to treat fewer than 5 gallons, it's easy for me to do the math because I know that 22 drops treats 5 gallons, and I can just do the quick math. Okay, so now I just take out my little label machine and I'm going to make a label to put on this bottle, kind of like I've done on the others. Alright, so now I've got my labels printed out and I'm going to put those on this bottle. Okay, so I've put the labels on, and there I've got my Flourish Excel and my instructions. I guess that's a pretty nerdy thing to do, but it makes it easy for me when I'm dealing with the small tanks that I have right now. And I just have fun kind of doing this stuff and being exact, and so that's the way I'm going to roll.